Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about it is early in 2024, and I am not somebody that makes resolutions or anything like that for a new year. But I kind of have been in this, I don't even know, this like stage or this place with our home, and we have been in 2023. We looked at a lot of houses. We think we're at a stage where we want to move. The kids have never wanted to move. The kids are now getting older and they're open to it. They will be, someday soon, probably not living with us. So in 2023, we looked at a lot of houses to move into, and then we are always on the hunt for our next flip house project. If you have followed me for any amount of time on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, you know that we have flipped houses in the past, and after the pandemic, and things just have really changed, and everywhere the market's so crazy. But anyway, we have looked at flip houses, we have looked at houses to move into, and just with no success, which I have said to Matt, I don't want to push it and I don't want to settle. The thing is, I just think I also yearn as a creative person, and what I do, I just yearn for the projects. I yearn for bigger projects. I just kind of need that just to keep me inspired and keep my creative juices flowing. And so what I said was, we will still in 2024, we will still be looking at houses as they come up to flip or, to move to whatever category they fit into. But I also was talking to Matt, and this is kind of the whole gist of My Creative Days, but I want to tackle 2024. I want to re-love the house we're in. I do love the house we're in. We're just looking for some more outdoor space and just to be a little bit more spread out from neighbors and those kinds of things. We have also done so much to this house that we live in, from adding on a room on the back of the house to painting every wall to, we've just, updating the bathroom. We've done all the things to this house. And so to do anything else, you definitely, especially if you're thinking about selling your house at some point, you definitely want to be smart about what you're putting into the house to make sure you're not putting so much in that you're not going to see that return in the end. Does that make sense? And so there's definitely, with every house, there's a certain price point that your house is worth in the market you're in. And so you obviously want to stay within those means, and hopefully some positive, some plus on the other side. So with that being said, I was talking to Matt over kind of the Christmas break. He took a lot of, he usually takes off some extra time around the holidays. And I was just like, what if I just tackle 2024 with a whole new mindset? And that mindset is that you want to put yourself in a position to get the changes you're looking for. Does that make sense? So if I am going to go sell our house tomorrow, there are certain things in our home that I would definitely need to, obviously you'd have your house clean, right? If you were showing your house tomorrow, you would have your house clean and all that. But there's, little things like maybe there's paint touch up, or maybe you could, repaint this wall, or maybe a cabinet needs, there's just like these little things that I would want to change if we were going to show the house next week, next month, whatever. And so, but there are also things that I've been thinking about doing in just redecorating the spaces, and where it's not like a major project, right? And I am the biggest preacher on anything My Creative Days. If you followed my website, like I said, YouTube, Facebook, to love the home you're in makes such a huge difference in your mental state, especially when you are at home. And it's not even, for me, I work from home. I am at home. My job is my home. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm constantly in it. And I have just been in such a funk for such a long time that in 2024, I just want to flip my thought process, flip my, not necessarily goals, but maybe my perspective a little bit. And I just want to re-love the spaces that we do have here. And as throughout the years that we've lived here, our seasons change, our lives change, our children grow up. And so spaces and rooms, bring on new functions and have to function in a new way. And so I just think I'm at that point where I'm going to start to re-love the home we are in right now. And I want to encourage you, if you are somebody that's in that funk as well, maybe you do that in 2024. And I am going to take you along for the journey and the things that I'm doing. So I will be sharing that on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the website when it fits, YouTube, longer form videos. So definitely make sure that you're following along on those accounts or your favorite accounts or platforms that you like to be on as I share this journey, because I think it's so, so important. And it's something that I have taught and preached for such a long time that it's like, I don't know what it was during the holidays. To be honest, I do know what it was. I actually stepped back a little bit from my computer and work and I wanted to enjoy it all over again, if that makes sense. Like I said, I just felt like I have been in a rut, and I know so many people are like that. And as we made over this house and we redid all the flip houses we did, I shared that entire journey, all of those journeys and what I was doing and how I was getting the look for less and, how to get the biggest bang, for your buck when you are decorating your spaces, redoing your spaces, all those things. And so 2024, I'm going to start doing that. I'm just starting the year off with those kinds of projects and those kind of changes in our home. So during the Christmas break, if you have followed any of my decorating videos, I actually made not a huge change, but a big change to the living room hutch that we have had for years. My mom gave it to me. It's a piece that I will never sell. It is a piece that I would never change, like the outside of it, but the inside definitely needed a little makeover. And so I started sharing that. And then, we painted a wall. I'm going to be painting some cabinets. I'm going to be adding new trim in certain areas. So I'm just slowly but surely, but I'm looking for new furniture. I will be flipping furniture pieces for our home. It's just all those kinds of things. I'm going to be redecorating. I am finding too, I was telling Matt, like over the last year, I really think my style and it's not even just my style, but it's just like the way I want to live or what I want our spaces to feel like or just to be like in our home. That's just all changing. And if you're somebody, that's going to happen to everybody. Your style's going to change. You're going to start finding that you like, different things, or that, if you step away from social media and stop the comparison game, you will really find what you really like, makes your soul happy, what you want in your spaces that makes you happy, that makes you want to be there, that makes you proud of your home. And it doesn't matter how big your home is, how big your spaces are. You do not need a massive home to make it amazing. It's so funny because as we have been, looking at all these houses to move into, and we definitely would like to find a house that needs updating. We are just people that don't want to move into something that's like turnkey and ready to go. We definitely would love to find, like the house we're in now, we bought it from the original owners. So it was all original, which we loved because we were able to keep the good bones, but yet add our touch, our style and our touches to it. So that's what we're looking for. And it's so funny because we do not live in a big home at all. And when we are going to look at these homes, a lot of them are bigger than what we're living in now. Not massive by any means, but it's so funny because those houses have not had all the spaces that we kind of need that this house does. It has blown my mind every time. And I did have a friend once tell me, your house, the way it's set up, you have everything. Like you have room for everything you need. And more, I am being shown that. It's so crazy because we just redid a whole closet in our lower level for Gabrielle's little art nook. And so when we're at the houses, Matt will say, well, where would we have Gabrielle do all that? It's like those little spaces. I need an office in the house that we move into. I have the office that I'm in right now is a pretty large room in our lower level. And so not that I need a large room by any means, but it's just, sometimes it's just like the 3 bedrooms. We've looked at houses with 3 bedrooms and then it's like, wait a minute, where would my office be? I don't want to be working from the dining room table. So it's just, it's crazy. And it just reminds me that we have changed this house that we are in to accommodate our needs and how we need it to function throughout, from the kids being born to not before having kids, through the kids being born, all the way up to, Landon's in college. Gabrielle is graduating this year, and she will be in college next year. And it's always worked. Like, the kids have friends over, there's space for me and Matt to be, in an area, and the kids to be with their friends. We have people over here. We host Christmas Eve, and it just works. So it's just, I need to, and this was just kind of like an aha moment over the holidays. And I just really wanted to share this with you because I just want to encourage you as well. You need to really just change the way you're thinking. And not only that, but what are the words coming out of your mouth? I always say what we speak comes true. And so, when you say our home's too small, the bedroom's too small, like we need to change how it's coming out, because the way we talk is, how things are, or just how, like, our attitude is. So instead of the house is too small, the house, it has smaller spaces, but yet they work efficiently for us, right? It's better to clean a smaller house. Like, you just have to kind of think of the positives. And so I just want to, and I needed to remind myself, like, what am I doing? Like, this house has been great. I've kind of been in that funk, but the house, if we are supposed to move, I am a firm believer. My mom has taught me this over the years, and I used to get so mad when I was younger, and she would say to me, well, that wasn't supposed to work out. Or from the smallest things, like I will be at a yard sale or a thrift store and see somebody walk out with something so amazing. And my mom would always say, well, that one wasn't meant to be, right? And I would just get so mad. But even for, bigger things in life that didn't happen or did happen, and, that I do believe things happen for a reason. And I know if we are supposed to move and when we are supposed to move, that will happen. But for me, I need to make over this house for this new season, for this new just vision I have. I just need to feel creative in our home right now again. Does that make sense? Because I've just been in a rut for so long that yeah, it's going to happen in 2024. And so my thrifting trips are going to look different because I now have more of a purpose. I have been purging. I always do this time of year. I've done many podcast episodes, and I have it all over the website as well for organization and purging and getting rid of things. It's literally in the top 5 of my favorite things to do. Decorating is great and all of that, but organizing and purging I absolutely love it. Every year at this time, I always purge and organize and get rid of things that we aren't loving, aren't using. But this time, I'm even going bigger with it. Like, I'm looking for new sofas, and I'm looking for new chairs in the living room, and I'm looking for bigger pieces, and I'm getting rid of the bigger furniture we have in the house. So I'm just going to go all in. I am excited to share the journey with you. I'm excited because I hope it inspires you or encourages you that you can do it as well, especially if you're in a rut like this, or you're just looking for a change. And just like all of my content, I am not going to overspend in this house, right? Like I said, it will be done with a budget. I will be doing makeovers. It may be a furniture piece I bring home and need to give it a makeover to fit the style. It may be, small decor pieces that I need to make over to get the look I want. Like, all of that's still going to happen. It's still the My Creative Days, vibe. But I'm just excited to be kind of starting from scratch and kind of doing this all over again and just sharing the whole process with you as I go along. So I just want to encourage you. I just kind of had that aha moment over the holidays, talking it over with Matt. We will continue to look for houses. I would love to find a flip house in 2024. And take you along that journey. But we will only do that if it's a smart decision and it's, it all works out and all of that. But until then, I'm going to be making some changes around here. And I'm just kind of super I'm just excited about it. I'm excited about it again. I'm excited to share the content. I'm excited to do the work. I'm excited. You know what I mean? I'm excited. And so I've just kind of been in a rut for a while. And so I'm just excited to be at this space, this little area again. Let me know if you are in that same kind of rut. You're looking for a change. You'd like to do some different things to your home. I would love to hear from you. As always, reach out to me on email, lindsay@mycreativedays.com, or reach out to me on Instagram @mycreativedays. I would love to go back and forth with you and kind of share where we both are and kind of what we're thinking, and just to hash it out and just chat with you about it. It's always better when you have friends to do it with, or friends to bounce ideas off with, and not go it alone. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I am grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.